Joining us now to talk more about beef safety and research is Mandy Carr, Executive Director of Science and Product Solutions at NCBA. Mandy, tell us a little bit about the team you lead and specifically some of what you do as a team.
Sure. Our team is called Science and Product Solutions, and it's made up of our group of technically trained research scientists that really lead the traditional research programs. We also have a group that lead our innovative beef solutions, as well as our trained culinary staff, and they work to develop new beef recipes and ways to prepare beef that really meets the consumer's needs of today and follows culinary trends, which is part of the expectation today.
And you mentioned research. Specifically, what areas of research are your team focusing on right now?
So from a traditional standpoint of research, we really focus on those that have been the foundation of the checkoff, as well as for NCBA for many years. And that includes things like beef safety research, so a real focus on finding solutions, particularly in pre-harvest, to make beef safer. Additionally, product quality research, so tenderness, juiciness, flavor, expectations of a consumer. Nutrition, so really how does beef fit in a healthy diet, as well as sustainability, so proving that beef is a sustainable protein choice for consumers today.
Now, Mandy, I know that beef safety is an area that you are personally very passionate and quite expert in. What are some of the key areas that you're focusing your ongoing research in terms of beef safety?
Well, you know, our program started back in the early 90s on beef safety, and it really focused on E. coli. We know that that's continued to be a challenge for the industry, and so we've worked for both pre- and post-harvest solutions, really finding ways to reduce the likelihood that cattle will carry E. coli in the live setting, as well as transfer them when they reach the processing plant. More recently, what we've done is shifted some focus to salmonella. And you may say, salmonella, that's not a beef issue, but we know from research that it can be. So looking at solutions to reduce the likelihood that cattle would carry salmonella, and then when they transfer to the processing plant, reduce that likelihood that that would ever reach a final product that a consumer would buy.
You know, beef safety is one of those things that, different than some of the other issues in our industry, it really is something that is not meant to be a competitive advantage for one company or over another. It really is something that we should all be focused on. Tell us how that's impacted the work you do from a beef safety standpoint.
You know, when you look back over time, when the industry had its first challenges in the late 80s and early 90s, it was something that they decided that it really was to no one's advantage for anybody to have a safety problem. So they came together and did set safety aside as a non-competitive issue, which is a unique decision for the beef industry. So what they've done over time is the industry comes together, fund research, they share their learnings from failures as well as when they've had success, so that everybody can gain from that knowledge. And that's really been a model that's been held up to other food industries as a way to approach safety challenges.
Well, as you look at the landscape ahead for the beef industry, what do you perceive to be some of the biggest research priorities moving forward?
You know, research is a very fun, it's a dynamic and ever-changing field, but it's one that takes patience to do it right. And that's something we're really strive to do. The good thing is we have some really great process for input to make sure that we take producers' input through our checkoff committees on safety, health and nutrition, all the way to freedom to operate, on what are the key issues that they believe are important, all the way to engaging with industry experts to make sure that the programs we do actually are implementable for the industry. So we work through all those pieces, and where we're headed, I think, in two great examples is really trying to understand what causes inconsistency in flavor when you sit down and have a great beef meal. Other options are things like, how do we prove with science that the practices producers use every day to manage their pastures or to formulate their rations do prove that beef is a sustainable product? Because that's important for our retailers and food service that sell our product to consumers every day.
Well, Mandy, you have an exciting and incredibly important job. Thank you for all you and the rest of your team do for the beef industry.
Thank you.
To find out more about NCBA's beef safety efforts, just visit the Center for Research and Knowledge Management's website at beefresearch.org.